Okay, so we all know by now that my mum was a pretty abusive human being, right? But she was never what I like to call angry violent. Like, she never hit me out of anger. She never, like, beat my ass for doing something wrong. She did, however, like a little bit of funny violence. It's not funny, but at the time, that's what I'd been conditioned to believe it was, right? So we'd be, like, having a laugh and having a good time, and all of a sudden she'd, like, grab me and just, like, boom, fucking WWE, get her knees on top of me and be like... And she'd be, like... prodding my chest really hard and be like, chicken feed, or she'd like jab my sides, or she'd do the stop hitting yourself. And obviously as a little kid being overpowered by a fully grown woman, it wasn't great. I didn't love it, and I'd be like really upset. I'd be like, I'm not hitting myself, and she'd be like, get over it, it's just fun, just having a laugh, ha ha ha. And I'd kind of conditioned myself to believe this was normal up until I had a sleepover, right? I had a sleepover, I had a friend come and stay. We'll call him Oscar because that was his name. And Oscar, man, if you're out there, I am so sorry. It would not surprise me if her name's still being brought up in your therapy sessions. But we were like 11-ish, and he was my first openly gay friend. I'd never had an openly gay friend before, and my mum, she's not a regular mum, she was a cool mum, so she decided that gay friends were acceptable friends to have sleepovers. Okay, so he came over, and we're watching a film in bed. My mum comes in, she likes a bit of a, okay, so she's had a drinky or two. She sits on the bed, and she's like, just because you're gay doesn't mean that you can sleep with her, because you've still got one of those, and like was talking about his penis, and she's like, you've got to sleep on the floor, and he just went, oh, okay, that's fine. And I was like, Mum, we're watching a film, please just leave us in peace, I'll kick him out in a bit. And she was like, no, you have to sleep on the floor. And he's like, oh, okay. So he gets up and he's trying to be polite to my mum, because, you know, he was a polite kid, he was super cute, poor lad. And my mum's like, and by the way, if you do anything to her, she knows how to defend herself. And he's just like, sorry, what? And she went like this, and she like fucking slams this kid onto the floor. He's like the skinniest little child, like the skinniest little politest loveliest guy, and she's fucking slammed him onto the floor, and she's got his arm like bent up behind his back, and she's going, see, if anything happens between you and her, this is what happens to you. And he's on the floor and he's like, oh my God, get up! And I'm like, Oscar, man, it's funny, you know, like it's normal, everybody's family do this. And he's like, no they don't, nobody does this, get off me! And he was really upset about it, right? And the rest of that night was super freaking awkward, and it was at that moment that I realised this was not a normal thing, this is not what normal people did. He told everybody, and nobody came for a sleepover again, and I absolutely don't blame them.